What's up, guys? Welcome to day 54 of journaling my journey to become profitable and the best version of myself. We finished out the week strong, boys. Um, Yesterday, I thought it would be a good idea to trade A's a session on this live account to make my fifth winning day because I did not want to full port this account on CPI and potentially get cooked. And as you guys can see, we absolutely cooked this week. We got 5 winning days in a row with all a decent amount of money, and we stacked up $3,055. And our payout is going to be approximately, let's do the math, $3,055 divided by 2, $1,527.50, which is not too bad for making that in a week over spring break. And the main thing I got from this week was just take full advantage of the opportunities that you're given, because that's what they're there for. Um, I've been saying that whenever I got the opportunity to trade New York session, I'm gonna capitalize on the opportunity, and that's exactly what I did. I'm very happy with my performance. Um, Today I did end up trading CPI, and unfortunately, it didn't go as I planned it would. I ended up losing the two accounts that were in deep drawdown, but it is what it is. I was going into this knowing that there's a possibility that those accounts will be gone, and that's just what ended up happening. So I'm glad I didn't take CPI on this live account that was ready for a payout. And what ended up happening with CPI was I didn't end up making as much as I thought I would. I only made it like around like $200 or $300. So I just ended up taking another trade in hopes of just getting the accounts out of drawdown fully, and it just didn't end up working out, and I ended up losing the accounts. But I feel like it's just weight off my shoulders. I don't have to worry about those accounts anymore, and I'm probably gonna buy a fresh eval and then trade that next week, potentially in school. And I just want to keep on trading the New York session and keep perfecting my strategy in that session. And um, the main thing I got from this week also was consistency. I want to show you guys the trades that I took in this week and how similar they actually look to each other, and just how consistent I actually was this this week. So screenshots. Okay. Pretty sure this trade. Well, it's not in order. I'm not sure if this was the first trade of the week or the last trade of the week. But anyways, as you guys can see, this is the last trade that we ended up taking. This trade was on Monday. So here we took longs because why? New York session opened. We manipulated these lows. We got an inverse fair value gap. There was a 2-minute gap that ended up getting inverse. We entered here and we took longs to these highs. And just keep in mind of the way it looks. Tuesday, manipulation. Wait for a clean inverse. Inverse happens. 1-on-1 risk to reward. Wednesday, clean manipulation. Waited for both of these to get inversed. Entered. 1-on-1 risk to reward. And Thursday, manipulation, inversion, 1-on-1 risk to reward. It's just very, very, the same picture ended up presenting itself every single day. And it was very, very clear to me what we were trying to do. And it's just a strategy. Just wait for manipulation. You target draws on liquidity, such as unfilled, high time frame, fair value gaps, and big draws on liquidity. And yeah, you just catch a manipulate. You see a manipulation, and you catch an inverse fair value gap, and then you target a 1-on-1 risk to reward with around 1%, and you should be good. And that's how we ended up doing really, really successfully this week, and I'm very proud of myself. And yeah, the main goal of this week was to get, not this week, this month, was to start getting paid. And I'm happy with the way things are going. It's just unfortunate the way CPI ended up going, but it is what it is. That was a little bit more out of my control than these actual trades that I actually had a lot of conviction and reason to enter. And I was really, 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 really consistent in proud of the way things ended up going. So hopefully, well, now I think I'm gonna cool off with this account, and I'm just gonna try to get a few more live accounts because unfortunately CPI didn't go as we planned it would. And also I got a few of those accounts in deep drawdown because of tilt, and those are just more lessons learned that you just have to eventually learn and accept, and you're just gonna have to make the same mistake over and over again until you finally learn from it. And I feel like I finally, and hopefully I've reached that point where I've learned a lesson enough times to not make it again. But overall, this was just an amazing week. I'm not gonna let CPI bring me down. I'm gonna just keep being positive. I mean, how can you be upset when you're requesting 1.5K on a Friday? It should just be positive, and I'm trying to stay positive. And overall, I am happy with the way things are going. Um, and I'm glad that I'm documenting and journaling it. But it's just crazy. Making 3K in 1 week as a 16-year-old on spring break. That's just a crazy thing to say, but I'm nowhere near satisfied. There's a lot more and bigger things that I want to accomplish, and I'm just gonna keep on pursuing them relentlessly. And if you just put in the work, success is inevitable, and you will achieve everything that you want. And it's important to just push through the tough times because really, like 2 weeks ago, I was stressed out, and um, I was really, really anxious and worried about how my trading has been going and what the future has in store for me. And literally, just 1 week of just staying consistent and sticking to the strategy and following your plan, um, you could be really, really successful. And I just can't wait till summer until I have the opportunity to trade New York session all the time. And hopefully, I think next week I'm just gonna try my best to trade New York session as well. I really don't want to go back to Ace session because New York session has been doing really, really well, and the strategy works out perfectly. But anyways, let's also go after chapter 20. It talked about how mainly the chapter, just the thing I got out of it was how Jesus healed two blind men and how he can help you in any tough circumstances that you may be going through, which has definitely helped me out this week. And also, been staying super consistent with the gym, going every single day. As you guys know, that's nothing new. Um, and I'm truly just trying to pursue um, truly becoming the best version of myself. And I honestly feel like I'm doing everything in my power to become that person that I want to be. And hopefully, by the end of summer, uh, we get that consistency going, and we can just get payouts a lot more frequently than we are right now. But it's important to step back and realize how far you've really come and take it all in because me probably like a few months ago wouldn't even like, actually no, me a few months ago definitely would imagine me here because I knew the work that I was going to put in to get here, and I definitely have and definitely feel like I deserve it. But nah, let's take it back maybe like even a year ago. I was just struggling to even pass a funded account, and now I do it with ease. And these payouts amounts, it's not really even as significant to me. And when I hit take profit, I don't feel the satisfaction and the joy that I used to. And I feel like that's a good thing. You're becoming less emotionally attached to money. But even though when I do get stopped out, I feel like it does tend to ruin my mood sometimes, and I feel like that's something that hopefully will go away with time, and I'll start to care less and less. But I'm still overall pretty proud of myself and the way I've traded this week. You know, not many 16-year-olds could say that they've accomplished this. And not even just 16-year-olds. Many traders can't say that they've accomplished this. And, really small percent of traders can even pass a funded account, nevertheless, even get a payout. And this is my biggest payout yet as well. It's my first four-figure payout. And this has significantly helped me bring down my anxiety because I have money to spend on more evaluations. That's all I'm going to spend this payout on. It's important to keep on reinvesting yourself to stack your money and overall just grow your allocation. So that's the plan. I hope all you guys are doing amazing. I hope CPI went better for you than it did for me. But it is what it is. There were a few mistakes I made with CPI, which I will learn from, and hopefully next month we can actually capitalize on it and do better than we did this month. But overall, this has been a great week. I'm very happy with the way I did, and I'm proud of myself. And I just learned that most important is just staying consistent, staying to your strategy, and avoid tilt at all cost. But as I said previously, I hope all you guys are doing amazing. You guys achieve everything that you want to achieve. And thank you guys for sticking along the journey. I've been seeing the views go up a little bit. And if you guys are in the same situation as me and you're trying to make it and figure out how to make trading work at a young age, stick along and we'll be on this journey together. And whoever is watching these videos and supports me, I really do appreciate you and hope everything that you're trying to achieve ends up working out. And I will catch you guys hopefully on Monday, and hopefully we get the opportunity to trade New York. But anyways, that's how my week ended up going, and I hope all you guys are also doing well.